Are there pictures?
There are diagrams.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the times where characters in Western animation slayed us with their emotional ups and downs.
You torment me!
Number 10. Molly's snowy descent into madness. The Ghost and Molly McGee. We all want to make the most of a bad situation, and Molly McGee is nothing if not outrageously optimistic.
I can sled, I can skate, I can have tons of fun, just a party of one.
Determined to enjoy a snow day with her friends by whatever means, Molly's efforts to involve others in her personal winter wonderland are hindered when everyone else would rather stay inside. Too stubborn to admit defeat, Molly battles the freezing conditions, becoming more and more unhinged in her efforts to have a good time.
I played it safe, but look who's laughing now!
Sometimes, you've gotta know when to quit, but at least we got some hilarious Molly facial expressions along the way. Number 9. Hardcore Bubbles! The Powerpuff Girls. The cheeriest of the three superpowered sisters, Bubbles isn't what you would typically describe as brutal, savage, or anything close to violent. But as it happens, even the daintiest of Powerpuff Girls has a breaking point. Snapping due to the combination of her family's view of her as well as the increasing difficulty of a virtual reality training sim, Bubbles unleashes her inner menace as she thrashes everything in sight. While she eventually returns to her sweet self, we have to wonder how the series would have changed if Bubbles remained in hardcore mode. Number 8. The Scotsman loves his wife, Samurai Jack. For the most part, Jack's closest confidant has always been a happy-go-lucky, sword-wielding, Celtic curse-spamming bounty hunter. Certainly merry and always down for a scrap, but we never expected him to be such a devoted husband.
You are married?
Aye, to the most beautiful bonny lass that ever blessed the ground with her footstep.
While recruiting Jack to help save his kidnapped wife, the Scotsman consistently talks about how incredible his beloved is, how she's the perfect woman.
My wife has blonde hair like spun gold, smooth as silk. Sometimes she lets me brush it. Her eyes are like the glitter in blue sea. I can stare into her eyes for days. And her voice would make angels jealous.
When we do finally meet Mrs. Scotsman, she's, well, not quite what we expect.
Muffin?
Don't you muffin me!
Still, to see the two of them be so ridiculously in love is utterly charming. True relationship goals.
You're sweet talking me.
Aye.
Don't ever stop, love. Don't ever stop.
Number 7. Dipper versus the law of causality. Gravity Falls. Poor Dipper, determined to win the heart of the girl of his dreams, even when the universe is essentially telling him no.
Ow! My eye!
Oh my gosh, Wendy, are you okay?
After finding a tool that allows him to travel back to the past, Dipper does everything possible to land the best outcome with Wendy at a fair.
Yes! Ow! My eye!
But every time, he keeps fumbling the ball. Literally in this instance.
Ow! My eye!
Oh, bad luck.
We feel so bad for him, but his continued frustration and the creative ways in which his fairy tale ending keeps slipping through his fingers is just too funny. Welcome to the Losers in Love Club, dude. Number 6. Wonderbat Shenanigans. Justice League Unlimited. They couldn't be more different, and yet this hit animated superhero romp showed us that an Amazon and a guy dressed up as a bat were a perfect match for each other.
I'm talking about going down there and having some fun. Maybe with someone special.
Honestly, we're not sure who was more compelling in this flirt session. Wonder Woman, being uber confident in her romantic approach, is downright precious, whereas Batman, being all too self-aware of his own flaws, is both way too funny and way too relatable.
You're a princess from a society of immortal warriors. I'm a rich kid with issues. Lots of issues.
We're still not over how this ship hasn't been given as much attention as it should in recent years.
That's not the only important thing.
Number 5. Ed's Bad Day, Ed, Edd, and Eddy. We've all been there, irritated to such an extent that we only get grumpier as the day goes on.
Away with you, unwanted pesters!
Turns out that when Ed is in a foul mood, he becomes a walking weapon. In a drastic shift from his usual innocent, idiotic state, Ed becomes an irritable grouch.
You torment me!
While Double D and Eddy do their best to bring him out of his slump, their attempts only lead to further hilarity as Ed lashes out as only Ed could, with comedic examples of absurd strength. The fact this was all due to a pebble in his shoe is the cherry on top.
Ed is happy once more!
Number 4. Hop Pup does not feel safe. Amphibia. Hoppadiah Planter is many things. Farmer, grandfather, sage old frog, and full of more meme material than we know what to do with.
Give me those reins. I'm ready to drive.
Not before reading this, you ain't.
Out of his many iconic outbursts over the course of the series, this one still lives in our head rent-free.
Are there pictures?
There are diagrams.
After being absent for most of Anne and Sprig's adventure, he comes in at the end with a remark that unintentionally drives Anne off the deep end.
And now that you've read this, all you need is experience.
Confused and somewhat panicked, Hop Pop's response still gets us.
I don't feel safe.
Number 3. Alukard, the sassy vampire. Castlevania. For all his sword skills, vampiric abilities, and mastery over the art of brooding, at the end of the day, even a hybrid like Alukard still needs his company. Following the events of the battle with Dracula, Alukard, now alone in his castle, passes the time by imitating his now departed companions Sypha and Trevor.
What do you think, Trevor?
I think I hate everything and everybody, so I'm gonna get drunk on beer.
The impressions are way too funny, displaying just how smarmy Alukard can be, despite his appearance as an elegant dark prince.
Because I'm smarter than everybody, and one day I will go back to live with my flippin' family.
It's almost adorable how much he misses them in his own sarcastic way.
Oh my god. I am losing my mind.
Number 2. Red X, Master of Puns, Teen Titans.
Come on, kids. X marks the spot.
Turns out, anti-heroes don't always have to be the balls of anguish wrapped in darkness. Sometimes they can be wisecracking jerks with a flair for the dramatic. During their encounter with the thief who stole Robin's evil alter ego, the new Red X demonstrates he doesn't only have a talent for combat, but also one-liners.
Who are you? If I wanted you to know that, would I be wearing a mask?
Some are crude, some are corny, but we'll be damned if they don't tickle our funny bones.
Looks like you got your wires crossed.
Nice to see a masked villain with a sense of humor for once, and one who isn't afraid to make the jokes we'd be too embarrassed to say.
Catch you later.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Emotional Support Zuko. Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Hello, Zuko here.
While Zuko's redemption was certainly filled with awe-inspiring character moments and heartbreak, it also featured some brilliant comedic moments that were iconic as they were awkward. The Fire Nation Prince certainly isn't the best when it comes to being a shoulder to cry on, or being a good guy in general by his own admission.
Why am I so bad at being good?
So seeing him endeavor to try and empathize with Sokka's grief over a previous lover was unironically fantastic. And hey, it also gave us one of Zuzu's most legendary lines.
My first girlfriend turned into the moon. That's rough, buddy.
Which animated character do you consider a walking mood? Let us know in the comments.
Not bad, kid. Not bad.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.